There is no antidote for me. Who will have the fortune of facing me today? So many strings waiting to be pulled. Come, look me in the eyes.
What is up, guys? Welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to play Cassiopeia. Now this is pretty much what you can consider the hyper carry of the mages. She is absolutely insane at shredding tanks, so if you're playing against a tanky team that have several tanks or bruisers, then this is a good champion that you can pick up. E-start, single target damaging ability, super low cooldown, but level 1 barely deals any damage. But if you're last hitting with it, then you will get the mana back. You can also use it to trade with, but if you're doing so at level 1, make sure that you're weaving in auto attacks. Just spamming this E alone is going to make you run out of mana pretty fast. But use this to last hit with as you are getting the mana back, and it barely deals any damage, mainly because the target needs to be poisoned first. And now you have an ability that can poison, which is your Q. You hit the Q, you poison the target, and you also get some bonus movement speed. So now is where you can start trading a little bit, but remember, this is a late game scaling hyper carry. So the main goal is to play to scale up. You're not playing to get a million kills in the early game. Sometimes you'll get a couple kills, sometimes you won't. The most reliable thing is to farm up and focus on getting CS. Because if you're spamming that E without getting the last hit with it, it's going to cost you mana. And that mana is not something you will get refunded unless that E actually kills something. So make sure that the minion is super low HP before you actually, use the E. You can take another point in the E if you want, just for that extra damage. Or you can also skill your W. Your W is another ability that will poison the target. When you place it below them, guys, then they'll be slowed, they get poisoned, and the best part, they'll get locked up in a way where they cannot flash out. Equispot. I think she's dead. Just not paying attention. Yeah, she's dead. Unlucky. But this C is really good for securing the kills. It does not lock up the opponents in a way where they cannot move. They will just be slowed down, but they cannot dash out, they cannot flash out, or anything with mobility. That isn't a bonus movement speed buff. So that makes you pretty good at shutting down targets in close range. You cannot buy boots on this champion. You get that bonus movement speed passively as you level up. It's both a good and a bad thing. The bad part is that you cannot buy boots early on, so that leaves you vulnerable to skill shot champions and also ganks and stuff. But later on in the game, because you don't have to buy boots, you get a free item slot. So you can buy an additional item compared to, pretty much every other champion in the game. Maybe except for Yumi. Oh, he's so lucky. Early game, not much damage, and also we are going for the Rod of Ages, so we don't really have any damaging components. But it's a champion that wants to kite a lot, and your E guys, if the target is poisoned and you E them, then you also get some health back. So you have a little bit of sustain in the kit as well. Oh, another player, unlucky top side. I think I will just sell this one so I can get the catalyst ASAP, and then we'll just head back to lane. So with the Rod of Ages, that actually pushed Cassiopeia into the S tier. She has one of the highest win rates as a mid laner right now. The Rod of Ages makes her really tanky. It's a champion that shines a lot in those short range fights in melee range, and this makes her super tanky while also allowing her to scale up a lot better. So with this, she's even better. Also remember, you have to make sure the target is poisoned, especially the enemy champion if you're trying to hit them with the E's, otherwise your E barely deals any damage. And people cannot match your DPS at a certain point in the game. A lot of champions will start falling off. So just play the scaling game. Even if you cannot get kills, focus on farming up, play the scaling game. It is a hyper carry among the mages. The way you try to aim the Q guys is that when they're about to last hit something, they're about to stand still to last hit, that's when you can hit them with a Q skill shot, and then you can just chase them. And your ultimate is also pretty interesting ability. If they're facing in your direction while you're using it, they will get stunned. But if they have their backs turned towards you, then they will only get slowed, but it still deals damage, and it is AoE. So it's a good team fighting ability as long as you can position it pretty well. The Seiko is roaming a lot. The roams by themselves are pretty bad because he did not fix the waves, but it still works because people don't respect ganks, they don't respect pings, so sometimes these roams will work out, sometimes they won't. And if they did not work out, it would have been over for him, because look at his CS compared to mine. These two roams he did get, rewarded because people did not react. But it just goes to show how important it is that you actually set up the waves before roaming. I don't have to worry about him having a triple kill right now, because we'll still have that CS lead, so we're fine. I'm not gonna go for this plate. I could have went for it, but it will mess up my reset timer. Because if Echo was back right here, he could just keep cancelling my recall, and then it would have been doomed for me. Looks like the plate is still up. If it is, then it's actually really lucky, because then I can get it next time he tries to roam. This ultimate and the W, really good abilities for, locking up those mobile targets. He's roaming again and people don't respect it. Nothing you can do about it. I just stay mid, no point in following up. Especially in this yellow range where people don't, have eyes, roams always work out. But when you're playing a scaling champion, it's pretty limited what you can do. So I'm just gonna stay mid and hopefully they will learn the lesson at some point. And we got the plate, so luckily we did not lose it. He already has 4 kills. But now I can show you guys what you can do even if the champion gets fed. We just focus on pushing, we are scaling champion. We don't need to panic. Remember what I told you, focus on farming up well and not dying for no reason. That's what you have to focus on. So just keep pushing, and I did pay attention to the fact that he used his ultimate. Alright, so now we can reset here. I'm gonna place a ward. I highly doubt that it's going to help. Cassiopeia is so strong, and also with the Rod of Ages, you get a stun on the opponent guys. It's so doomed for them. They're gonna be locked up for a while, and it's over. Let's keep going in here. That's a free... No. Oh, you can actually go for the echo, that's also fine. Because he had the shot down. And I'll take that one. I actually thought Echo was getting away, but Nuno made the smart decision because of the shot down. And that's how you turn it around. You just have to wait for their mistakes, because mistakes will always come in. Be patient with your ultimate and use it when they're faced in your direction. Now, we obviously want the large shot, but we don't have enough gold, so this has to do for now. The most important thing here is that you get the Rod of Ages as your first item, so you can start stacking. First complete item. And now we are fed as well, and we have double the CS almost of the Echo, and we have a thumbs up. The TP is ready to go as well, so we're gonna destroy him in a 1 vs 1. He has to try to roam. He is roaming again here, I think he might, or he could be trying to bait. Okay, they saw it luckily this time around. I'm just gonna push here. That's how you want to punish roams, just push and take the plates. He has the Lich Bane, that's why he's going for this. They just have to not die. If they don't die, he gets nothing out of it. He's losing a lot mid lane. Look at the CS difference. I also had the XP lead, and now I'm also getting a plate. I could TP bot if it's needed. Okay. Oh, and he died. This is why he was really lucky the last couple of times, but now he got punished for it. Now just keep pushing. Keep pushing over and over. 2-level lead. This is what happens if you just perma-roam without setting up the wave. This is how you get punished. If you play against a player who know how to, play against it in the lane. Just keep pushing. Remember to poison the entire wave. You can also use your W because it is AoE as well. So you can poison as many targets as possible. Just keep pushing. I had CP so I don't have to worry even though I'm low mana. We can get the echo. Then we get the puppy. There we go. And the presence of mind giving us some mana back. You can see it's pretty much a hyper carry with the amount of DPS you have. Good counter gang by the Nunu, really awesome. And Q almost soon. Oh, that's a bit unfortunate. With the Q slow. I could have killed the Echo if I did not miss the first Q. We got a lot out from the Pantheon too, so that's gonna free up the lane for the Garen to be able to outscale. Okay, Morgana Smith. I don't know what's up with the Seram. All fine. Got that level up. And we can reset. I actually think I'm just staying even though I'm out of mana because I can almost get the Archangels. So just wait. But it's all about being able to hit the Q. And it is a skill shot, so if you are not poisoning the target, it means that this champion has no damage. If you cannot poison the target, your E deals no damage. That's a bit too greedy, but okay, it somehow worked out, and he just pieced out too. It's fine. And Cassiopeia is like one of the best champions at, stacking up the tier. That's why you can just get away with buying as your first item. Nunu's doing super great, so that's awesome to see. And even though Garen died, look at his CS. He's still doing well. Botlane is also doing great. Now I can get this item, we need this to fully transform. After that we get the Rylai's. The Rylai's is absolutely insane on Cassio because you also slow the target while you're getting some bonus movement speed towards them, and to kite too with your Q, so you can catch people, you can kite them, and you can also escape, hopefully. The Echo is bot, so I just keep pushing. He's really trying to ARAM it. Oh, that almost hit. That would have one-shot the Tristana straight up. We just push. All we gotta do. And get some vision here. And then we just keep pushing, take down the objectives. And this is how you want to punish. He's still staying bot, he's losing a lot for it. And he was way too greedy with the ultimate. Now he got punished once again. Just keep pushing, guys. I need to make sure I'm not close to the wall so I don't get stunned. And that sustain you have and the tankiness, this is what you can do. She is so strong in close range. But what she really struggles against, guys, long range champions. If you get to play against a team composition with a lot of long range champions, for example, Caitlyn in the bot lane, Serath mid, Velko support, that is going to make things really difficult. Because she's a short range champion, she has no way of gap closing. You are relying on your flash, which is an ability that you can only use once in a while. So don't pick Cassiopeia into long range comps. That is going to make things super difficult for you. But otherwise, it's a champion you can use as a counter pick into you know, tanky comps, especially. You know, Bruiser's tanks. If they have a lot of those, then Cassiopeia is like the AP version of a counter pick. We have the Nuna with us, so we're fine. Also the bot lane also coming in. And your DPS just keeps getting insane, more and more insane as you scale up. Remember, this is a champion that can get 6 complete items. Damaging items or tank items, whatever you want to build. Oh no, got stunned. Ooh, I got bursted pretty fast. I wonder what that was. Okay, there's a tower. But like lost a lot of HP insanely fast. A mistake that should not happen, but it's okay. They are snowballing off of it. I think Nuna's toast too. Ouch. I can go top and defend. So Garen can just keep pushing mid side if he wants to. But these 3 items we are building, actually almost every single item is like a core item on Cassiopeia. This is something you always want to build. This is what made straight up S tier this season. This is also crucial. You need lots of mana. And you also get the shield now. But that mana is crucial so you can spam your low cooldown ability. And then you also need the Rylai's to slow people, to kite them. At some point you also need a Void Staff when they start building MR. And then of course the Death Cap. And then you can also get a Sonya's for safety or whatever else you need. So a lot of the items you have on Cassiopeia, 4 items that you want to build every game, no matter who you're playing against. And just keep pushing. Pantheon's bot side. We can start invading the jungle here. Wonder if the blue buff is up. Just gonna keep this out of vision in case Poppy's doing the blue. Nope, that was gone. Remember, if you place that W below the enemy champion, they cannot flash out, they cannot dash out, they cannot blink out. So if you're playing against a high mobile champion, when you stun them with the ultimate, immediately place your W right below them afterwards, so they cannot get out. We need somebody else to engage, so they can tank the incoming CC, and then we can go in. I'm coming here. I don't have to flash it. Nice, there we go. And the Baron spawning in less than a minute, so we have nothing else to take. But you play her like an AD carry. You want to stay in the backline similar to like an AD carry. You just hit the closest target. The thing is, this champion is so good at, you know, shredding any target. Doesn't matter if it's a squishy target, a bruiser or a tank. You have high DPS. So you can deal with anybody. But just make sure that you're safe in the backline where people cannot reach you. You know, multiple players. Right, we got the Tristana thanks to the poison. I think I died to Lion Race. Yeah, that was it. If I had something where I could, you know, QE and heal up, I would have survived probably. But we are getting everything that we want. Now you can either go more damage. Now I can just go for the Sonya's here, because that provides me some safety. I already have damage at this point, now I just need to make sure I can survive the fights. Oh, the opponents are greeting pretty hard, but my team is as well. I think that was a bit unnecessary from their end. I can just TP if he needs the help. We can go for the Baron. Or the Drake, I mean. Is she not jumping in? And the Rylai's, guys, they're slow. So OP, man. This is exactly what Cassio needs. This is exactly what she needs. You place this W right below the echo and he cannot dash. He would just be stuck. We can also do the Baron, so it kind of depends on what the Nuno wants to do. I think it's safer to go for the Drake right now because he's out of mana. He's also low. But Cassiopeia, super difficult champion guys, really hard to master. Lots of skill shots that you have to be good at aiming, and you're also short range, so you have to be really good at kiting, dodging stuff. Oh, that hit. She's still getting slowed though because of the poison and Rylai's. So maybe Garen can catch her. Also, you can consider getting some ability haste, because with the Rod of Ages you're not getting a lot. And that's it. They should probably be surrendering right now. Should we continue the game? We can go ahead and end right now. But I think they just want to continue. Let's do it then. Because Cassio can also do the Baron really fast. Remember, she's a hyper carry. Low cooldown, high DPS. So you're gonna shred especially the Baron. So you can easily duo the Baron early on with a jungler that can tank, for example a Nuno. Especially Nuno's great because he can also do it pretty fast. So he can sneak in a lot of free objectives. We could have ended, but we are just chilling now, I guess. Sonya's Hourglass, great to have at this point, but if they have lots of MR, then just go for the Void Staff. Death Cap is also an option, but it's a bit riskier. And it's also super expensive, so that's another thing to keep in mind. I like to have enough for this item, but I think we're just going for the end, so I'll take away the Grump, and then we can just push towards the base. Ooh, okay, that's a lot of damage, and she can just end it now, I guess, so that should be it. That was how to play Cassiopeia, guys. Really hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching as usual, and see you all next time.